My house is a busy house. I think the polite term is, people say lived in, homely. That means it's slightly untidy.
What happens when the life you show the world isn't as perfect as it seems? Amanda and Clive Owen, stars of Our Yorkshire Farm, were once the picture of harmony until their shock separation in 2022. After 22 years of marriage and 9 children, their breakup left fans stunned. But what led to their split? It wasn't just about growing apart, it was about the weight of fame, family, and finding balance in their own lives. Amanda and Clive Owen, stars of the popular British TV series Our Yorkshire Farm, were once seen as the ideal couple. Living in the Yorkshire Dales with their 9 children, they highlighted the joys of country life and the charm of family farming. People around the world watched as they built a life together on the farm. Amanda and Clive seemed to have everything 22 years ago, so when they announced their breakup in 2022, it surprised their fans. The news made many wonder what had gone wrong in what looked like a perfect marriage. But behind the scenes, Amanda and Clive kept their struggles private from the public. Their friendship was greatly affected by the pressures of fame. Amanda's growing media presence and role as the show's face began to hurt the balance between her personal life and public image. Amanda's fame created new challenges in their marriage, and for Clive, being away from the farm caused him to feel more distant. The distance was mainly about how fame affected their marriage, family, and personal health, not just about being apart. When Our Yorkshire Farm aired, Amanda and Clive Owen's family life changed forever, becoming something the world could watch. The program, showcasing country life in the Yorkshire Dales, quickly gained popularity, attracting viewers from around the world. With their 9 children, their image of farm life looked perfect and captured the beauty of living in the countryside. But fame also brought new challenges. The pressure of constant public attention damaged what appeared to be a perfect family life. Their relationship became harder to maintain as the show grew more popular. What used to be a quiet and private life was now exposed to millions, and the attention on their family led to disagreements behind the scenes. Amanda, who represented Our Yorkshire Farm, gained the most attention. Her growing fame led to more opportunities, interviews, photo shoots, and increased media presence. As Amanda became more successful, Clive's role began to shift. Amanda became famous while Clive stayed home to manage the farm and take care of their kids. Amanda's job often kept her away from home, and this time apart began to hurt their marriage. Clive felt frustrated as Amanda's growing fame pulled her away from their quiet life on the farm. He struggled with the imbalance caused by her career. Amanda became well known, which helped her succeed but also distanced her from the life she used to have. Clive felt a lot of pressure from being in the spotlight. Amanda's growing career brought challenges she didn't expect. Even though it was exciting, Clive lived a quieter life on the farm, away from the spotlight, but he felt left out as Amanda gained more and more fame. Clive found it hard when Amanda was away from the farm for long periods. Their once simple relationship changed, and Clive struggled with the emotional distance created by her fame. At home, he had to take on more responsibilities because Amanda was more visible in the media than on the farm. Clive wasn't the only one feeling the pressure. Amanda struggled to balance her family, work, and TV life. She was constantly juggling her roles as a mother, a worker, and a public figure. Amanda admitted that keeping everything balanced while running the family's farm was exhausting. She felt overwhelmed by the many responsibilities, and the constant public attention became too much to handle. These strong feelings played a role in her decision to step away from Clive. She needed to take a break from everything, including being on TV, to focus on her well-being. Amanda realized that she couldn't handle everything while being under so much pressure. The need to maintain a perfect public image only grew with the success of Our Yorkshire Farm. What was once primarily about farming had now turned into a public spectacle. The farm, once a safe and private place, had become part of a narrative that was difficult to manage. Amanda and Clive, who once enjoyed a quiet and close family life, now had to deal with constant public scrutiny. The show's focus on their family life meant they were always performing for the cameras, and this began to take a toll on their real-life relationship. Despite fame's impact on their marriage, their separation wasn't just about their TV life. There were deeper personal struggles that they could no longer ignore. So, what finally led to their decision to split? How did Amanda and Clive navigate their lives after the separation? Amanda's exhaustion stemmed from more than just work. Life on the farm was often chaotic, but over time, it became increasingly difficult to balance the responsibilities of being a wife, mother, farmer, and television personality. Amanda could no longer ignore her mental health struggles. The demands of her increasing celebrity status had a significant impact on her well-being. Amanda gained fame through Our Yorkshire Farm, but as the show's popularity grew, so did her anxiety. Everything felt overwhelming: the constant surveillance, the need to be on camera, and the pressure to maintain a flawless image. She confessed that she felt like she was losing her sense of self amidst all the chaos. Clive and their children, who once lived a peaceful life in the countryside, now found themselves constantly struggling to maintain balance. Their lives had been transformed by fame, and in the end, the pressure proved to be too much to bear. Amanda was exhausted from trying to fulfill everyone's expectations in addition to the hard work she was doing on the farm. As time went on, she started to feel that she was unable to be herself. She had to perform both in front of the camera and behind the scenes. As the stress began to build, Amanda came to the conclusion that she needed to take some time for herself. It was not only about taking a break from the farm, it was about avoiding everything that had become too much for her. Amanda was able to regain the focus she required by taking a break from her commitments. She found tranquility in the silence, away from the lights and the noise. It was a place that was full of feelings, not just a physical space. Amanda was able to reconnect with herself without the continual stresses of her life. While she was alone, she came to the conclusion that she could not continue living her life in the same manner. She had to take a break, focus on herself, and make her mental health a priority. This was when she realized that the best decision was to go their separate ways. Amanda still loved Clive, she just didn't want to harm his feelings. It was about her taking care of herself. For years, she took on many different roles, including farmer, wife, mother, and television personality, while neglecting her own needs. She made sure to take care of her own feelings and needs, but she did not give up on her family or her life on the farm. Amanda discovered that concentrating on herself gave her clarity and power. As a result, she became a better mother, partner, and, most importantly, a healthier person. Amanda understood in a gentle manner that the vacation was centered on learning more about herself and was impacted by her feelings. She allowed herself to heal and continued to have faith in love. Her decision was motivated by a desire for personal progress, not by hatred or anger. She realized that the greatest approach to making progress was to concentrate on her own mental well-being. One of the most difficult decisions Amanda had to make was to break up. She was not at all casual about this. For months, she wrestled with the idea. How could she abandon everything, including her family, her children, and the farm? Amanda recognized that in order to be her best self, she needed to find serenity. She was faced with a difficult decision because she needed time to recover. It was a difficult decision, but it was one that had to be made. Even though she was aware that it was the best thing for her mental health, she felt bad about leaving Clive, even if it was only for a little while. Now that Amanda had taken the space she needed, the next step was to face the reality of her separation. What would life look like after the decision? How would Amanda and Clive continue to co-parent their kids while navigating the challenges of their new chapter? In 2022, Amanda and Clive Owen's fans were surprised to hear that the couple was getting a divorce. For years, they were seen as the ideal pair on the show Our Yorkshire Farm, and they appeared to have a beautiful existence on their farm in the Yorkshire Dales. Those who were impressed by their story valued their relationship and respected their humble family life were taken aback. People started to wonder what had happened. When they were isolated like that in public, they appeared to be flawless. Amanda and Clive were presented as the ideal couple living in the countryside. They were able to take care of their farm and be on television while also managing a busy family with 9 children. From the perspective of the camera, it appeared that they had everything organized. They had a close relationship and lived a simple, happy life. That said, the scenario behind the scenes was more complex. The announcement left many of the couple's supporters feeling betrayed. The news came as a shock to some who appreciated the truthful presentation of life on a farm. They were unable to comprehend how things could go so wrong in such a short amount of time, and their vision of a perfect family was destroyed. Amanda and Clive were truthful. They stated in public comments and interviews that their relationship was strained due to their prominence, the obligations that come with having a big family, and the need to constantly balance everything. They helped some followers understand that severe issues happen to anyone, including those who seem to have everything. By being upfront about their struggles, they demonstrated that the emphasis was placed on personal issues that required attention rather than solely on ending the relationship. Amanda and Clive demonstrated that, despite the distance between them, they were still fully devoted to their children. The couple's first concern was to provide their 9 children with a secure and loving home, and they both agreed that this was the most important thing to them. Even though they were no longer in a romantic relationship, they made the decision to co-parent. However, separating from one another meant that they would no longer be parenting their children together. Because of their family situation, their dedication to co-parenting was extremely vital. Amanda and Clive were aware that their children would struggle with their separation, but they were committed to cooperating as parents. They both agreed that their children needed both of them in their lives, even if they no longer lived together. This decision helped the family maintain their daily routines as consistently as possible. Amanda and Clive have continued to collaborate with one another in a professional capacity. They have been working on other projects, one of which is a show about their life following the separation. Even though they had their own issues, they both agreed that they had to continue working together. They intended to divorce without compromising their ability to work together on the farm and achieve their common objectives as business partners. This decision demonstrated to many people how much Amanda and Clive cared for their children's well-being. They still wanted to continue working together despite the fact that their home circumstances had changed. They demonstrated that despite the fact that their relationship had changed, they still valued one another and were dedicated to their family by working together as co-parents. Amanda and Clive's choice to co-parent and remain professional following their breakup was beneficial for their family, but it also presented some difficulties. What happens when you live under the public eye, balancing personal issues with the pressure to keep up appearances? Let's go into how Amanda and Clive navigated their relationship after their separation and how they maintained their shared commitment to their family. When Amanda and Clive decided to separate, many people wondered how they'd continue working together on their farm and with the ongoing success of our Yorkshire farm. But despite their split, they've managed to maintain a professional relationship. They've even worked on new projects, including a series about their lives after the separation. This series was a way for them to share their journey with fans and show that even though they were no longer a couple, they were still united in their efforts. The decision to continue working together was important for both of them. They both cared about their family and wanted to demonstrate that a separation doesn't mean the end of mutual respect and collaboration. Being co-parents of 9 children meant that there was no choice but to work together. Their professional relationship has remained solid even as their personal lives have changed. The series allowed them to showcase how they navigated life after the split while still maintaining a shared vision for their family and their farm. It's not always easy to work with someone after a separation, but Amanda and Clive showed that it is possible to stay professional and respectful. They've proven that a breakup doesn't necessarily have to involve drama or bitterness. Instead, they focused on making their shared goals work for the sake of their children and their livelihood. Co-parenting with 9 children is no small feat, especially when the parents are separated. But Amanda and Clive have made it a priority to put their children first. Despite no longer being married, they've remained committed to raising their kids together, showing their fans that the family dynamic can still work in the face of personal challenges. They've said that even though they're no longer together, their children are their main focus. Both Amanda and Clive are hands-on parents who care deeply about their kids, and they continue to share the responsibility of parenting. They've emphasized that their commitment to their children and maintaining a sense of normalcy for them is their top priority. This approach helps ensure that their kids still feel supported and loved by both parents, even with the changes in their lives. The dynamic between Amanda and Clive as co-parents is based on mutual respect. They've worked out how to balance their professional lives with the demands of their children, showing that even after a major life change, respect and cooperation can lead to a healthy, functional family. Amanda and Clive's journey post-separation hasn't just been about working together or co-parenting, it's also been about focusing on their own well-being. Both have spoken about the importance of mental health, especially after the pressure of being in the public eye for so long. They've made it clear that prioritizing their mental health and happiness is crucial for them to move forward. For Amanda, that meant taking time away from the farm, reflecting on her own needs, and finding ways to take care of herself. She's talked openly about how difficult it was to juggle so many roles, but she's also emphasized the importance of self-care. Being able to step back from the chaos of farm life and the spotlight allowed her to come to terms with her decision and focus on what was best for her emotionally. Clive, too, has talked about his own challenges with mental health, particularly with the pressures of being in the public eye and dealing with his personal life being so public. He's shown that it's okay to seek support and focus on his mental health, just as Amanda has. By working on their own well-being, they've both demonstrated that prioritizing mental health isn't a sign of weakness, it's essential for moving forward. Their shared commitment to mental health has been a central theme in their lives after the separation. Instead of letting bitterness or resentment take over, they've worked hard to maintain a positive outlook. For them, focusing on family, mental well-being, and respect for one another has allowed them to navigate their new reality without the weight of negativity. While Amanda and Clive have found a way to move forward respectfully and prioritize their mental health, the challenges of separation and co-parenting remain. For Amanda, this phase of her life has been all about personal growth. With everything that happened in her marriage, she realized that her happiness and well-being needed to be a priority. She has openly shared how she spent time reflecting on what truly makes her happy and how she can find peace through it all. Amanda has been working on herself, not just as a mother and a farmer, but as an individual who deserves to take care of her own mental health and happiness. This period of introspection has allowed Amanda to realign her goals and focus on what brings her joy. It's not about running away from challenges but facing them head-on and evolving into a stronger, more self-aware person. It's inspiring to see how Amanda has turned a painful chapter into one of growth, learning to balance the demands of family life while also nurturing herself. And there you have it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating stories. Click on the next video popping up on your screen, you won't want to miss what's coming next.